How can a hairy hedgehog and the mousetrap ride at Alton Towers help you be an amazing driver? I'm going to tell you, because it's the answer to all your problems. So the hairy hedgehog is your clearance to obstructions, okay? Parked cars. Now the hairy hedgehog, which I like to teach on my driving lessons, do you remember those meter rulers at school? You know, those like, I don't know how, we were all really young. And there was like that wooden meter ruler that all teachers had, but actually we never really used them. I don't know what that was about. Imagine those all over your parked cars, okay? So basically, let's just draw, I'm just drawing, like, okay, a road, parked car, yeah? The hairy hedgehog, right? Now, let me just see if I can do this. Let's get rid of that. So when people walk past, they're like, what is she doing? The hairy hedgehog, ready? So, hairy hedgehog, meter, 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 meter. The hairy hedgehog. We now need to make sure that we are a meter away from these parked cars. If we've got normal kind of driving and there isn't any kind of like narrowness, nastiness. Yeah, we're not talking about this because that's narrow, okay? We're talking about where we can give space. We should be trying to give a meter of space to parked cars. So if the door opens, that we can, you know, not smash it to pieces, right? So sometimes when we're driving around, me and my students, I'll be like, okay, if my students got an issue with it, I'll be like, right, give a hairy hedgehog, and like the hairy hedgehog just comes out every lesson. Now this is your normal, like your adequate clearance, okay? Now this is what you want as a kind of like standard, if you've got loads of space and stuff and everything's normal on the road, this is kind of the ideal. So you've got a meter from the left and a meter from the right. So giving the hairy hedgehog to park cars will keep them safe. You've got 2 seconds from the person in front and 2 seconds from the person behind. This is perfection, right? If you've got the space and the luxury to give this stuff, then you should, okay? Now, obviously, when you've got roads like this, the hairy hedgehog cannot be done because there isn't the space to give the hairy hedgehog. No, you can't give the hairy hedgehog because if you did, you can't get through the middle. It's impossible. Yeah? If you imagine the hairy hedgehog coming off this car and this car, you can no longer get through. So that doesn't make any sense. So when you're going down here, it's a shaved hairy hedgehog. Okay, I just came up with that. It doesn't quite work. I just tried it on a video. Anyway, so reduce gap, reduce speed. I say less space, less speed, but it's the same thing, right? Okay, it's tomato, tomato. Okay. If you can't give the hairy hedgehog, sorry, it's so ridiculous, but it's memorable. If you can't give the hairy hedgehog, then you need to go loads slower, okay? Because you need to go loads slower so that your judgment is good and that you're not going to like smash off people's mirrors, or if the door opens, you're going to smash the door off down the road. One of my students' fathers, years ago, that happened. He opened the door and then somebody smashed it off. Now this was years ago, but now it's been placed in the highway code that that's the fault of the person who opens the door. So we're supposed to do the Dutch reach, which is when you like use your opposite hand to open the door, which turns you slightly so you can see what's going on, right? But yeah, if you cannot give the hairy hedgehog the meter of space on the left and the right, then you need to reduce your speed. Less space, less speed. So your judgment is good and you've got more time to stop in the distance that you see to be clear. If there's a pedestrian around the car, they might open the door, yeah, and we need to be careful. Now, when you're going down a road like this, because you can't give the hairy hedgehog, we're going to be going slower, right, to go through, of course. So when my students are driving down here, obviously I'm going to be teaching them to slow down, less space, less speed. But I also say to them, what would you do if all of the doors like were going to open? Like they just, I mean, I know that that's like unbelievably unlikely, yeah? You've probably got more chance of winning the lottery, yeah? But it's not impossible, but it's ridiculously unlikely, isn't it? But if all the doors were to open, we need to be very careful with how we drive down the road, right? I mean, if you're bombing it down here, not only is it dangerous for if the doors were to open, because you'd never be able to stop in time, but pedestrians could be walking in between. There might be like bikes coming out. There might be a football that comes into the road and a little kid follows it. Yeah? A little kid might open the door. Do you know what I mean? So less space, less speed, so you've got time to sort it out. Otherwise, hairy hedgehog time. Yeah? Try and give the hairy hedgehog. So from the side, hairy hedgehog, definitely. Yeah, you want to be like in a position there if you've got the luxury of space, okay, when you're overtaking the car forward. But let's just say like you needed to give way to somebody, okay? Right? If you needed to give way, then I wouldn't go as close as this to the back of the car. I would try and leave 2 car lengths there to give way to oncoming, okay? Stop 2 car lengths away here if you've got the luxury of space, yeah, to give way to an oncoming person. Yeah, so you'd give way, obviously just ignore this for a second, yeah? So you'd stop 2 car lengths away to give way to the oncoming people if there wasn't the space. And then you can check your mirrors and come out nicely giving the hairy hedgehog, and then checking your mirrors, coming back in for normal, yeah? If you decide to get really close, about 1 metre away from the back, then it just becomes ridiculously hard to get out. I mean, you could, if you're in a really, really difficult situation, yeah, you can, but it just becomes harder and harder. So I'd give it 2 car lengths from the back of the car if you've got the luxury of space, yeah? So 2 car lengths from the back of the car, stop to give way to oncoming, and then if there's no one coming at that time, hairy hedgehog, yeah? Another thing that comes up actually while we're here talking about the hairy hedgehog is this happens all the time. So I'm just going to add this to the situation now. So let's just say we've got loads and loads and loads of parked cars, yeah? This is a very common fault. I'm glad I've remembered to do this. In this situation, right, when a student is like approaching this, and they're driving and they've got loads of parked cars on their side and there's no one coming, okay? No one coming. Because if there was, you'd stop and give the two car lengths here and then you'd go, right? But let's just say there's no one around, or somebody over there for some bizarre reason has given way to you, even though that's their priority. Let's just say that you're going to go, yeah? There's no one coming. Let's just say that. Loads of students don't give the hairy hedgehog here. And we've got to give the hairy hedgehog. But they stay really close to the cars for absolutely no reason whatsoever. The curb is literally over there. When they go alongside, no one else can fit. Even if they do stay close to the cars, no one else can fit anyway. So they're like not doing the hairy hedgehog, right? But no one can fit anyway. So even if somebody did suddenly turn a corner, let's just say there's a turn and they come into the road and they start to think about coming down, they can't fit anyway because you're already committed, yeah? But you staying close to the cars and not giving the hairy hedgehog, it's just completely, it's completely pointless, yeah? Give the hairy hedgehog, hairy hedgehog, hairy hedgehog, hairy hedgehog, yeah? All the way down the road, yeah? If there's only a curb over there, take position. You pay your taxes, no one's coming. Take position, put your crown on. You know, no one was here a minute ago, no one's here now. Crown on. Oh, so you've taken your priority and then somebody comes. You're not a mind reader. You've got to go at some stage, yeah? So when you're there, try not to freak out, just come off your speed a little bit to give them time to be like, oh, this person's committed. Don't steal their priority, okay? That's not what I'm talking about. If you see parked cars on your side and somebody coming, you must stop. 2 car lengths behind, yeah, like we said before. If somebody's coming 2 car lengths behind, yeah, give way to them. But then when there's no one there, check your mirrors, make a position, hairy hedgehog. You've taken your beautiful position there, yeah? Put your crown on. You've now committed, so get your crown on and drive it. Not fast. If you see somebody turn up, don't increase your speed because they need time to realise that they've got to stop here. don't rush down there, because there's only a human in the car. They need to understand that they need to stop for you as well. All right, but hairy hedgehog, okay, hairy hedgehog. So there, hairy hedgehog, and then hairy hedgehog from the side. Okay, what time is it? 10 minutes. Okay, I'm going to make another video about the mousetrap ride at Alton Towers, because otherwise this is going to be a ridiculously long video. So I'll make that one another time. So this has been the hairy hedgehog, and that is going to help you so much. I'm just trying to think about my thumbnail for YouTube now, how I can like make people press on it, but also have the hairy hedgehog. I'll think of something. All right, guys, I really hope that the hairy hedgehog helps you, and look out for the mousetrap ride at Alton Towers. And if you want to make a guess of why that would be helpful to think about the mousetrap thing, happy to look at your comments and see if you're right, see if you can guess why I'm bringing that into a metaphor in the car. Let's see if you can get it right. Go on then, play the game with me if you can be bothered. All right, guys, I really hope that your driving's going all right today, and yeah, enjoy it. Yeah, just keep enjoying it. Keep enjoying it. So many people get into my car and they're like full of anxiety, because there is a lot of anxiety in the world now, you know, GAD, anxiety related things. Yeah. Choose a driving instructor that you really like, that you feel chilled with, that you enjoy and you trust, and enjoy your lessons, okay? Enjoy, because driving is flipping awesome. Love it. But make sure that you keep on enjoying it. Don't put yourself under too much pressure by booking a test that's so close that you can't enjoy driving anymore. All right? Okay, I'm going to shut up now. See you on the next video.